Marvel Rivals Season 5 introduces us to Gambit and Rogue, but in the reveal trailer they give us something more. Our favorite merc with a mouth? No. Our first look at a future hero? I believe so. In 2 or 3 different shots we see Scott Summers, Cyclops. He's wearing a gray suit for the wedding, but he's also in some sort of distress. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today I want to cover my take on Cyclops in Marvel Rivals. I want to speculate and say that Cyclops might be taken by the Collector. Data miners gave us a look into voice lines based in Tavon's collection. In Season 6, we could see him shown off in said collection. Season 7 would be our first look at Scott Summers as a duelist in Rivals. Now, I think Scott has the potential to be a vanguard, strategist, and even a duelist. But instead, I have him playing similar to Bucky, except he isn't quite Brawl. He's more of a poke character having ranged attacks with his concussive blast. Let's get into his abilities, starting with his primary fire. I think the most obvious choice is to give the guy who shoots lasers out of his eyes, lasers that shoot out of his eyes. I think he'd have one consistent beam that ticks damage very similar to Emma's. This beam could deal headshot damage if you keep hitting your target. His visor would also have an overheating timer. Ability 1. In X-Men 97 we are reintroduced to the leader of the X-Men. The reason I say reintroduced is because Cyclops has always been a badass. This show just gave us the man we wanted to see in the movies. He dodges attacks and moves himself around with ease. For his first ability, I'd like to see movement with his visor. Scott will be able to push enemies away similar to Hawkeye's Slash or Ash's Coach Gun. It would be pretty fair to give him 2 uses of this ability. Ability 2. Creativity is a common trait amongst leaders, and Cyclops has some pretty creative uses for his lasers. I think in his second ability we could see Scott switch into an alternative fire where he is more range-based. Singular shots meant for distance. These shots would pierce enemies. I see this working like Luna's alternate fire, the difference being the lack of healing. His ultimate. Just like when there's a sentinel on his lawn, Cyclops does not hold back. He presses his visor to unleash as much energy as he can. This ultimate would have serious force behind it, making him immune to CC and pushing any enemies away. I would like to see his ultimate do percentage damage, so it's more for killing large HP, support ultimates, or tanks. Scott's laser could also be used to push enemies off the point. Unlike Punisher's ultimate, Magneto cannot absorb it. There are several team-ups that we could give to Cyclops. I think the most crucial would be his team-up with Jean. His partner changes his ability 1 so that it causes anti-healing on any enemies that get too close. That's all I have for my Cyclops build. I think the NetEase design will look sweet, including his other cosmetics. This character has a bunch of dope costumes from his Phoenix look to his classic. Scott might aura farm more than most characters in Rivals. His yelling alone would give him the upper hand. Just like Gambit and Rogue, we could see the X-Men 97 actor reprise his role. I'm very excited to see where the creative team behind Marvel Rivals takes this character, with their amazing artistic design to how they make their characters fit and feel into the roster. I got stuck coming up with more than 2 abilities for Scott. Let me know in the comments what you think Cyclops' kit would look like, or if I nailed it on the head, let me know what you want to see for cosmetics and team-ups. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya!